W8WKY.
Kilo Alpha 0, Kilo Delta Whiskey. KD80PC, how you doing?
W8QK and KD80 WV3K. Good evening, gentlemen.
Well, good evening to you there, Phil. I didn't hear Nick. I must have doubled with him, but I heard Brad there, KA0KDW, and good evening to you, Phil. How are you doing?
Between.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you.
I'm you even keel.
I'm not sure if you guys are able to listen to me.
Buddy,
They're Ohio,
it's been a while since we last spoke.
It's really choppy.
Probably briefly if I checked in on the net. But had a lot of doctor appointments this past week between cardiology and I don't know, it's something else I had to go to see a general physician out in Louisville Monday and Tuesday. I'm doing. Thought I'd get on the radio tonight and enjoy listening to friends and sharing. So that's where it's 3 kilo. Good to listen.
All right there, Phil. Well, really good to hear you too. And Brad, I did hear you KA0KDW, and yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the choppiness there, because even Phil and RF was a little choppy tonight, so I'm not sure what's up with that. But Phil, good to hear you, and hope all is well with your appointments there, and we'll have to catch up there real soon. But all right, gentlemen, I'll be back here shortly. I've got to run down the hall and get ready, but I'll be back for the pre-checks here in 15 or 16 minutes. So with that, this is KD80PC. I am clear for the moment.
KA0KDW test via repeater phone.
KA0KDW, KD8SLG. It may have been a little bit hot. I'm not sure. I had to turn my volume down, but this is the first thing I heard when I turned the radio on. So, hey, Brad, how you doing?
Doing all right. Sorry for the delay. I'm going to reboot my node and see if that fixes the problem. Because I can transmit to you guys via my clear node and everything sounds fine, but the audio from here out to my node is all garbled. So we'll perform a reboot, see if that solves it. Otherwise, if I can't solve it, I'll probably be in and out.
All right, Brad, we'll have at it. Give it a reboot. Kick it on the side. Percussive maintenance, as Dustin would say. And give us a test when you get back there. I think I heard Phil as well. WV3K. This is KD8SLG. Still there, Phil?
KD8. Yeah. When I turn my head, it sometimes gets a little heavy. That Pro 7, and so like comfortable to talk with the mic, external, the single mic, and listen through the speaker. I'm not liking is my audio on the 991. It's protecting, I think, down. I think they have a speaker on the downside of the casing, and unfortunately, it sounds kind of like it's in a tunnel. So, and it's not into the open air. It's sitting on top of the 271. Back KDS UV3K.
All right, Phil, you were out and having a hard time holding the repeater there. The speaker for the 991A is on top. It's behind the tuning knob. I think that's the speaker hole. But you may have to bump up your power or something there because you weren't holding the repeater at all.
Okay, I'm going to go open up the menu and try to be back with you. WV3K.
Phil, about it. KD8SLG. Listening.
KE8TQR. Good evening, Nick. KD8SLG.
KE8TQR, KD8SLG. How you doing, Keith? Good to hear you, man.
Well, we are doing just wonderful. Just haven't been doing too much radio lately, but wanted to get on here tonight. I was on this morning. I did get on this afternoon, but it was in and out, and I almost got back in time to get on Nancy's. Yeah, Ms. Nancy's. But she was signing off just as I come down into the shack, so I did not get a chance to get on her second hour. But I am here tonight, so put me on the list if you would.
W8WKY.
Oh, Keith, you know me, man. I start harvesting them as soon as I can. Reduce the traffic later on. Got you in there. And, yeah, Nancy seemed to be in kind of a hurry today. She usually hangs out for an extra 10 or 15 minutes, but she got to the top of the hour and called it a day. So don't blame her there at all. It's been a long one. But by I just, I don't know about you, man. This kind of weather, I'm feeling like I need to get out and get stuff done. So I am. But that's very time-consuming, isn't it? Doing stuff consumes time, doesn't it, Keith?
Not enough hours in the day, just not enough hours. And there's only one of me, so I can only do one thing at a time. But I do it well. Anyway, well, at least I think I do. But yeah, I had some running around to do today. But I've been spending a lot of time outside, getting some stuff done, and a lot of time out in the garage doing painting and things like that. But yep, that's why I haven't been doing too much radio.
Something tells me we're going to have a lot of time to play radio in the coming months. I'll put it that way. We're all hiding inside to stay warm instead of hiding inside to stay cool. What are you going to do? Right. How are things going with your tower? What do you have up there now? Or anything at all?
The tower is not up. Well, the 3 sections I had up for most of the last year is not up. It's now horizontal, not vertical. But I have got all the sections painted. They are all put together, but they're sitting horizontal at the moment. And I'm working on doing the mast pole and getting the shelf for the rotor on, and then start adding antennas. But the only thing I'm working with right at the moment is the Comet 333. That's all I have left, but that's on a mast pole on the side of the house, so that's what we're talking on right at the moment. But I do hope in the next couple of weeks to have that whole tower and all the antennas back into the vertical position, and I'm looking forward to winter to getting here so I can spend all my time on radio.
All right, buddy, that sounds like a plan. All right, Keith, I got you on the list. I also have Brad and Phil on the list as well. I do want to reach out to someone that I just saw pop up here. So I'm going to take my leave of you for the moment, Keith. We'll get back around to you. I'm going to clear with K8TQR. See if KC3SEG is out there. KC3SEG, KD8SLG.
This is KC3SEG. Good evening to you, Nick.
Well, good evening, Greg. How are you doing? Are you in Florida now?
Not. I'll be down there Sunday, so let me see.
I got a real rough copy on you there, Greg. Dropped out a few times. I'm hoping Allstar isn't going to throw us a bunch of fits tonight. I heard Sunday, down there Sunday again. That's about all I got out of that. And try again.
Speaking that Sunday night from Panama City Beach.
Panama City Beach. All right there, buddy. I just noticed you're going to have to get in there and start changing some of your addresses. Your node is still coming up with Baltimore City, Maryland.
And until
Greg, something's not working. I got about every 4th or 5th syllable that time. So I don't know. Maybe you got to reboot the node or something. I know Brad was giving that a try. So I'm going to suggest you do that, and I'm going to see if Brad is back, as a matter of fact. Going to clear with KC3SEG. See if KA0KDW. Brad, are you back?
I am still here via repeater phone. I'm trying several things. I even went directly to the direct node and was still having receive audio problems.
All right, that does not bring me joy. Let me try someone else we got here with a node in here. K40G, the original gangster. K40G, are you out there?
KC3SCG, I cut my power back, Nick. Is it any better?
Yeah, I got every word that time, Greg. Apparently you were overdriving the node.
Yeah. Much better now.
All right, well, you kind of cut out on that one, but none of these things like 3 or 4 second transmissions, so just hold on to it and talk a little bit longer next time. I think we'll be okay. That's what I think.
Okay, Roger, Nick. I was saying I'll be checking in on the beacon on Sunday night from down in Florida, so maybe you can copy me any better now. I cut her back a wattage here.
Yeah, Greg, you're solid now. That seems to have fixed the problem, man. These nodes do not like having a whole lot of power thrown at them. Mine are inside, and my antenna's outside about 150 feet away, and that seems to work best for me. When I hear people with humming or dropping out like that, that's often a common problem, is overdriving the node. So that seems to have worked. Awesome. All right there, everybody. The pre-show is going to start in about 2 minutes. I got to run down the hall and grab me a frosty beverage. I'll be back for the girl in about 2 minutes. This is KD8SLG, clear until net.
KD8 EPC K0KW radio check.
KA0KDW, KD8 EPC. It's working there, Brad. Ooh, sorry if you had the echo there. I had both the 3.9 and the node so I could listen and see what was going on. But all solid here. You're sounding good. Back to you.
Okay. I'm going to reboot my router because I'm still having issues. So go ahead and put me in as sticking around. And don't worry about coming back to me during this round. I'm going to be working on everything, so I'm going to reboot my router.
All right, sounds good there, my friend. We'll keep you on the list, and I'll look for you come the big show. So there you go. All right, this is KD8 EPC. I'm going to stand by for the girl in the pre-show.
W8W.
K0KW, clear.
W, okay.
The Beacon Net, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
There's my girl. QST, 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 calling all amateurs to the Beacon Net pre-show. sponsored by the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association right here on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio. 147 Mark 390, positive offset, and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We meet here every Wednesday and Sunday night at 10 p.m. This is the early show, starting at 9:30. I take a bunch of check-ins, and Dustin knocks them down. This is a controlled net. We ask that all traffic pass through net control. Your net control operator this evening is Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Lima Golf KD8 SLG. My personal is Nick, November India Charlie Kilo Joss Nick. So, I've collected some people here before the net started, and I will take a couple of rounds of check-ins, and we'll go back and work the list, see who's going to stick around tonight and who's just here to get their ticket punched. But before we do that, let's do what I like to call the Mickey Mouse roll call and check in with tonight's net control team. Make sure everything's working before we get started. KD8 EPC, this is KD8 SLG. Dustin, you there?
KD8 SLG, this is KD8 EPC. Well, good evening to you, Nick. We're here. Proxy us in. We'll be there for the big show. KD8 EPC, back to pre-net control.
All right, Dustin. Sounding good, man. Sounding good. Don't lose that microphone. Going to clear with KD8 EPC. Let's check in with Nick at night. KD8 QKO. This is KD8 SLG. Fine business last night on the club net. It's not always all that much fun to try to call yourself some other call sign, is it, Nick? You there, Nick?
You know, I didn't have a problem with the call sign. I got confused with the name of the net. I guess every Sunday night you keep saying beacon net a billion times, and the next time you run a net, it turns into a beacon net. But it was a good time. Yeah, glad I got everybody in there and got a chance to actually run a club net. Anyway, with that, I'll pass it back to you, KQKO.
I laughed out loud at least once when you said the beacon net. I know what you mean, and they're all B's too. The one day I did the barometer net, the boredom breaker net, and the beacon net all on the same day, and I was just full of B's. Going to clear with KE8 QKO, has no responsibilities whatsoever tonight. Let's check in with Josh, W8HRF. This is KD8 SLG. Good evening, Josh, our trivia guy. How you doing?
KD8 SLG, W8HRF. Good evening, Nick. Good to hear you on the radio. We are ready. We got the trivia question pulled up, and it should be a good alternate trivia. Looking forward to hearing what Lucy's main is. We will catch you later. W8HRF, back to KD8 SLG.
All right, Josh, I'm going to have to flip who does what trivia, but that's all right, because, you know, I can type. Thanks, Josh. Good to hear you. Let's talk to Miss Lucy, KE8YUK, KD8 SLG. Good evening, Lucy.
Good evening, just Nick and the net. My night would be going better if I could remember which direction to turn the handy-talkie on, because every time Josh turns down the main rig so that I can key up over here, I turn it off. And then I scrambled madly trying to figure out which direction I just turned it, and then by the time it turns on, the little tone goes off, and then the other tone goes off on the repeater, and I just hope that I was supposed to key up when I'm keying up. So yeah, we're mostly fine over here. I may or may not have totally forgotten to pull up my main trivia because I was playing my plant game. I will stop playing my plant game and actually focus now. But yeah, we should be all set for tonight. Back to you.
KE8YUK, KD8SLG. Lucy, I don't know what the plant game is, but Dustin's probably not going to call for you for another half hour, so you can probably get another round or two in, or, you know, get some more crops in or something. Have at it. Good to hear you, Lucy. Going to clear with KE8YUK. Last but not least, let's talk to Eric, KE8VZA. This is KD8SLG. How you doing tonight, Eric?
KD8SLG in the group, KD8BZA here, crossband repeating, going to activate couches on the air, Coda tonight, since I have no responsibilities whatsoever. The club net was great last night. I especially liked Eric's trivia question, took me down memory lane when I used to live in Chillicothe many, many years ago. But great town. Anyway, back to you, Nick, KE8BZA.
Fine business, Eric. Chillicothe, I know nothing about it except the name. Somehow I got that question right because it just seemed like everybody was choosing it. Good to have you on board. Activating couches on the air tonight, Eric. Going to clear with KE8BZA. That wraps up the team. Tell you who I got on the list so far, then we'll take a couple rounds of check-ins. I have already harvested KA0KDW, Brad, Missouri, WV3K, Phil, on Canal, Fulton, K8TQR in Uniontown, K5CFY, Ray in Tulsa, W3ETB, Eddie in Annapolis, Maryland, AI5HB in Broken Arrow, KI5VVE, Judy, I've got her in and out, Greg, from Broken Arrow as well, KC0LRM, Kelly from Tulsa, K88MNT, Tom in Canton, and K8QFT, Uncle Fred, got you in there. And joining the party as we speak is KI5OZZ, the Oz. So, that's who I got on the list so far. Let's see who else is out there. This is KD8SLG taking check-ins for the beacon net that starts at 10 o'clock. I'm listening.
KD8SLG, WA8KOC.
All right, we picked up WA8KOC. Fred, how you doing, Fred? Good to hear you. We'll get back to you in a minute. Let's see if anybody else is out there. This is KD8SLG. I'm listening.
Kilo Charlie 3, Sierra Echo Golf. Greg, Baltimore City.
Kilo Echo 8 Whiskey Hotel Golf, Paul in Olmsted Falls. I will be in and out tonight, but I will be listening.
Kilo Charlie 8 Lima Yankee Golf, KC8LYG, Rick and Massman, I'll be in and out as well.
All right, good deal. Nice orderly check-ins there, guy. KC3SEG, Greg, I got you in there. I don't know how I missed you earlier on. I should have had you up there at the top of the list. Hopefully you can stick around. And we had two in and outs, KE8WHG, Paul in Olmsted Falls, and KC8LYG, Rick in Massillon. Got you in there, Rick. I'm going to change your name from Richard. Hopefully it'll take for next time, and I'll remember who you are. Thanks for checking in tonight. All right, well, let's go up to the top of the list and start working this thing. KA0KDW, Brad said not to bother him while he's rebooting his router, so we'll just leave him there. Dustin can pick him up at the top of the hour there. Let's talk to Phil. WV3K, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Phil. How you doing? And are you going to stick around for trivia tonight?
W8WKY.
KD8SLG, Whiskey Victor Kilo. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick around and just burn the cobwebs out of the radio. Anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to sticking with the group. So hold me in there, and I'll be looking forward to your call. KD8SLG, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, and I'll be standing by.
Great to hear you sticking around tonight, buddy, and you sounded much better on this transmission, by the way. So we're going to clear with WV3K. Let's talk to Keith, K8TQR, or the KD8SLG. How you doing, Keith? You sticking around tonight? I don't remember if you told me or not.
KD8SLG, KE8TQR. I will be sticking around tonight.
K8TQR, KD8SLG. All right, Keith. Got you in there for the long haul tonight. Good deal. All right, let's jump out to Tulsa. Punch in with Ray. K5CFY, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Ray. Fine business today on the Boredom Breaker net. Good to hear you. Are you sticking around for trivia tonight?
LG K5CFY. Yes, sir. I definitely am going to hang around, and thanks for doing the pre-show. And boy, it's good to hear all of my family, Hamley from Ohio there tonight. And so anyway, we're looking forward to all the trivia, and so I'll give it back to you and let you get on down the list. K5CFY, we're listening.
K5CFY, KD8SLG, good to have you on board, Ray. Thanks for being here. Now we're going to go to Maryland. W3ETB, KD8SLG. Good evening, Eddie. Do you have enough fuel to stay up tonight?
Well, I don't really know there, Nick. We'll just have to see how it goes. And if I'm here, I am here. I think somebody said that one time before. I was quoting Mike or Andy or somebody had said, if I'm here, or something like that, to that phrase, And I'm going to try and stick around. I'm going to try to see if I can hang around for the answers to those trivia questions. I know a couple of times I kind of, after I gave my answer, then I went ahead and actually looked it up and found that I was probably right on one and wrong on another one. So, got to see if I'm right on both of them or wrong on both of them tonight anyhow. So, it's always good to talk to you, Nick. Always good to hear you. So, I'll be here. W3ETV, back to net.
All right, Eddie, it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. So, no worries. Going to clear with W3ETB. This is the W8WKY repeater. You're listening to the BeaconNet pre-show. I'm KD8SLG, and next up we've got Greg, AI5HV. Greg, now's your chance to test your hum. Have at it.
Good evening, Dustin and Nick and everyone else on the net. This is Alpha India 5, Hotel Victor, Greg in Broken Arrow. Hopefully the hum is better tonight than it was during the Boredom Breaker net this afternoon.
Sounding good, Greg. Sounding good. No worries. So are you just going to stick around tonight for trivia? Or are you going to dive into that adult beverage?
I am going to dive into the adult beverage, and that's probably the most important, the only decision I'm going to make the rest of the night, except when I go to bed. I spent the last over 2.5 hours on basically a Zoom call with helping a guy with his code plug, and needless to say, he had a few more issues than he let on. But anyway, thank you, Dustin and Nick, for running the net tonight. And sorry, but I'm going to take a rain check on the trivia questions. So this is Alpha India 5, Hotel Victor, 7-3 to you guys.
AI5HV, KD8SLG. No worries, Greg. You have a great night, and get some sleep. I'm sure we'll hear you tomorrow. Get it clear with AI5HV. Let's talk to Kelly in Tulsa. We'll stay out in Oklahoma. KC0LRM, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Kelly. Are you sticking around tonight?
Oh, KD8SLG, yes, I will be. I got my Jack Link's jerky here so I can feed the squats, and I'll be hanging around. All right, back to you.
All right, Kelly. I got you sticking around tonight. Gonna clear with KC0LRM. We're gonna bring it back to Ohio. Talk to Tom. KC0LRM. KA8MNT. This is KD8SLG. What's up, Tom? How you doing tonight? Are you going to stay up with us? Uh-oh. KA8MNT, this is KD8SLG. You still out there, Tom? Nothing heard from Tom there, but he's still in the blue screen. We'll see if he's there for the real net. I'm going to keep him on the list. So there. We'll clear with not KA8MNT. Let's talk to Uncle Fred, KE8QFT, KD8SLG. Hey there, Uncle Fred. How you doing? What's up with the Guardians? And are you sticking around for trivia tonight?
Well, them Guardians beat a team that is expected to lose 120 games this year, but hey, they're a major league team. And they had given the Guards a hard time earlier in the season. Yeah, I'll be around. And by the way, if anyone's interested, the magic number is now at 13. Any combination of Cleveland wins and Kansas City losses totaling 13 will give the Central Division to the Guards. KE8QFT, back to the pre-net.
All right, Uncle Fred. Thanks for the Guardians update. I got you sticking around tonight. We're going to clear with KE8QFT. Let's go back out to Oklahoma. Miss Nancy, KI5OZZ, fine net this afternoon, Nancy. Fine net. How are you? And are you going to stick around for trivia tonight?
Good evening, KD8SLG and the rest of the Beacon netizens out there. Yeah, I'll stick around and snoop around at the trivia and let you wrangle the rest of the hot cats out there. Have a good one. I'll wait for Dustin to holler at me later. KI5OZZ.
All right, Nancy, we got you sticking around tonight. Fine business. Going to clear with KI5OZZ. Let's check in with Fred. He started my day. WA8KOC, KD8SLG. How you doing, Fred? And are you going to stick around tonight?
Just Nick, good evening. 4 in a row. We'll call it 4 in a row. This morning on the barometer net, this afternoon with you and Dustin, first hour, with Ms. Nancy, the second hour. This evening, having a good time listening to you. I'm sure you're going to have a good net. I'm going to bail out of here and just get my ticket punched. Whatever you do, keep your head on a swivel. Watch your six. Never give up. Get in and stay frosty, buddy. Talk to you soon. KD8SLG in the pre-show. WA8KOC.
W8WKY.
WA8KOC, KD8SLG, consider your parking ticket validated, Fred. Thanks for stopping by tonight. It was great talking to you multiple times today. And as far as I know, Gary is back for tomorrow morning's net. I'll be there to make sure it goes on. So talk to you in the morning as well, Fred. Have a great night. Going to clear W8KOC. Oh, let's go back to Greg, who's still in Baltimore, I believe. KC3SCG, KD8SLG. Hey there, Greg. You going to stay up with us tonight? And how's Teddy doing?
This is Kilo. Hopefully, Nick, you can... Yes, I'm in Baltimore still. I'm leaving Baltimore on Friday by Sunday. So I'll be checking in on the Beacon Net down there on Sunday from here on out. Teddy's doing fine, and I'll be hanging around. Keep me on the list. KC3SCG.
All righty then. Greg, I got you sticking around tonight, and we'll be listening for you from Florida on Sunday night. That's exciting. Hope everything goes well for you. Going to clear a KC3 SEG for now. I had KD2HCE, Chris, believe, was in and out. Thank you, Chris. Since then, I have added KC8FQV to the list. AI5Q Jairus, AB8MO Andy, KO4DKN. I misplaced a number there on your call sign when I logged you in, but I see you're out there. And that would be Boynton Beaches, I believe. Yeah, David from Boynton Beach got you in there. And KI5RFI, I got you on the list as well. So you guys are on there. Chris was in and out. Thanks, Chris, for stopping by. And let's talk to Mark. It's Annette now. Mark's here. KC8FQV, this is KD8SLG. You sticking around tonight, Mark?
Oh, yes, I'll stick around tonight, Nick. So we'll be around, and had it pretty decent, other than the food net. But I was eating when we had the food net going. I just forgot to add them to the dinner table. But we'll send it back your way, Nick. And last night we were mobile when I was traveling home, and I had the DV switch phone was going through the hotspot, and because I had the net companion running on that one. So and I think sort of the cell technology can handle the handoffs for the cell phone, but when it comes to the internet, it has a little tougher time handing off IP addresses from tower to tower. So, and you gotta have a good signal too, and you're getting trees and that. But we're 224 to 43 home. Well, it worked out. So we'll send it back to net, but we're home tonight. KC8FQV.
All right, Mark. Yeah, you sound a lot better than last night tonight, that's for sure. And that's a good thing. Glad you're sticking around tonight. Going to clear a KC8FQV. Next up, we got Jairus out in Tulsa. AI5Q, this is KD8SLG. Hey there, Jairus. How you doing? Are you sticking around tonight?
Well, good evening, Nick, and everybody on the net. I'm doing pretty good. Had a church family deeper in faith something, don't remember what it was called, wonder of something thing to go to tonight. It was good. I got to meet some new people, had lots of good discussions. Kids got to go play and have a good time there. They had a spread of food that was just amazing. And, you can't talk about Jesus unless you're eating. There's something about that. I don't know. It just seems you got to be eating if you're talking about Jesus. So, anyway, I will be sticking around. And for Greg, AI5HV, if you're still listening, I saw on the blue screen you said the only thing you changed between this afternoon and this evening was your handy-talkie. I'm curious if the power level on your other handy-talkie might have gotten bumped up and or something happened with your code plug that you're messing around with, and it got bumped to high power and was overwhelming your node. That's a possibility, so you might look into that. Maybe after you've set down the adult beverages for the evening. AI5Q, back to net control, and I will be sticking around.
AI5Q, KD8SLG. Glad you're sticking around tonight, Jared. Yeah, that was my suggestion to him this as well this afternoon. It didn't sound like your usual AC hum, if you will. And everyone seems to, not everyone. Well, yeah, everyone once in a while seems to overdrive their nodes, and that's what it sounds like. So as I'm looking over to make sure that my node radio is on low. Okay. Anyway, all right there, Jairus. Glad to have you on board tonight and glad you're sticking around. This is W8WKY Repeater. You're listening to the BeaconNet pre-show. I am KD8SLG, and next on the list we got AB8MO. Good evening, Andy. Just getting here from the other net.
better turn that down. KD8SLG, this is AB8MO. Yep, I just got done running the Warren Amateur Radio Association ClubNet, and things are looking kind of promising for the future of the hospital. They were slated to close the hospital down on the 19th, which would have been a week from tomorrow, but they're starting the transitioning team to new ownership of the hospital. So it looks like, at least for now, our local club repeater will remain there, because nobody really wants to move it. All right, that's all I'm going to say for now. I'll save the rest of my material for the net. KD8SLG, AB8MO.
AB8MO, KD8SLG, got you sticking around tonight, Andy. Thank you. I'm glad the net went well for you tonight. We're going to clear with AB8MO. We're going to go down to Florida. Boynton Beach it is. KO4DKN, KD8SLG. Good evening, David. How are you doing? And are you sticking around for trivia tonight?
Yes, sir. I'll be sticking around for some trivia, hoping to walk away with the prize, whatever that may be. Okay. Anyway, hey, hope everybody's doing good this Wednesday night. We're wet and soggy down here in South Florida as we're getting some tropical moisture coming in from the Gulf. But we're hanging in there. We're hanging in there. So, all right, I'll send it back to net. You got 3 more minutes to 10, according to the clock down here. Everybody have a good night and a good rest of the week.
All right, David, I got you sticking around for trivia tonight. And, yeah, I guess you are getting some rain down there. I saw earlier I got a notification that, whatever this one's named has hit ground. So, headed your way, man. Batten down the hatches. Going to clear with KO4DKN. Let's go out to, the Arkansas contingent has made it tonight. KI5RFI, this is KD8SLG. Mac, what's going on in Arkansas, and are you sticking around tonight?
KD8SLG in the net, KI5RFI here in beautiful northwest Arkansas. Well, we had a fantastic day here today. It was overcast and cool. Got to go watch the grandson's football practice, and it was nice and cool out there tonight. And I was going to say, 88 AMO, I talked to him on 20 meters the other day, and he actually sent me a QSL card. I want to say thanks for that. I am sticking around for the trivia, so I'll hang in there. Back to net control, KI5RFI.
W8WKY.
A word from our sponsor. KI5RFI, KD8SLG, Mac. Glad you're here tonight, and glad it's comfortable down there in Arkansas. Hey, now we're going to clear with KI5RFI. We're going to go all the way out to Valley Springs. Rev Kev, K6 KJV. This is KD8SLG. Good evening, Kevin. How you doing? And are you staying up late with us tonight?
Well, hello, Nick, and everybody else, the rest of the crew, and everybody else on the net. This is KCDV here in Valley Springs, California, and yes, you know that I'm going to stick around for the really big shoe tonight, and hopefully we got some good corn Waldo bean stumpers. So with that, I'll pass the mic back to you there, Nick, from K6KJV.
All right, Kevin, good. Glad to have you on board tonight. We're going to clear with K6KJV. Who's sticking around? I'd like to thank everybody who participated in the pre-show tonight, checked in with me. But it's time for Dustin to light up the nighttime airwaves. KD8EPC, this is KD8SLG. Light them up, D.
All right, thank you very much there, Nick. Well, good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Dustin. My call sign is KD8EPC, and I'll be net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the W8WKY repeater 147.390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114.8. Allstar Node 48496 and Echolink W8WKY-R. This is a direct-to-net. All traffic must pass through net control, and all stations are welcome to check in. Take multiple rounds of check-ins, so if you don't get in the first time, just stand by and we'll get to you as soon as we can. We're linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, Fireside, and various other repeaters, so we ask you to keep our before and after you transmit so we hear everything you have to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. All right, not hearing any emergency or priority traffic. Before we start taking check-ins tonight, I am just going to take a quick moment of silence in remembrance of 9/11 there, so please stand by for that. All right, thank you very much. Stations waiting to check in that haven't already checked in the pre-show, please say your call phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo Bravo 6, Delta Hotel Romeo, Mike, Kelso, Washington.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Bravo, November, Foxtrot, Cafe, BNS, Mike in Cleveland.
All right, we picked up a few there, and let me tell you who I've got. It looks like I have a KB6DHR, Michael over in Washington, and let's see here, waiting on my net logger load, KF8DNF, Mike in Cleveland. Good to have you out there. All right, let's go up here and get some trivia, and then we'll get this party started here, and let's start tonight with K8YUK, Miss Lucy, with our main trivia. What do you have for us?
Good evening, Dustin, the Squatch, and the rest of the net. Here is your main trivia for tonight's Beacon Net. Chet Atkins, a famous country music star, changed his amateur radio call sign to W4CGP because the CGP stood for what? A, Cowboys Got Pride. B, Certified Guitar Picker. C, Country Gentleman Pal. Or D, Cornwallow Beans Give Problems. So again, main trivia. Chet Atkins, a famous country music star, changed his amateur radio call sign to W4CGP because the CGP stood for what? A, Cowboys Got Pride. B, Certified Guitar Picker. C, Country Gentleman Pal. Or D, Cornwallow Beans Give Problems. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much there, Miss Lucy. We're going to think about that for a minute, and in the meantime, let's go Mr. Lucy, W8HRF, and see what the alternate trivia is.
KD8EPC, W8HRF. Good evening, Dustin, and good evening again to everybody on the Beacon. Every time I think I got a good question, Lucy's got a really good question. Tonight's alternate trivia question is, Michael Keaton is for changing his name early in his career, the guy who played Batman. What was his original full name before he became known as Michael Keaton? Your options are Alpha, Michael Douglas, Bravo, Michael Jordan, Charlie, Michael Caine, Delta, Michael Fox, or Echo, Cornwallow Bean. The Michael was silent. I'm going to let this drop and reread it. Again, tonight's alternate trivia question is, Michael Keaton is best known for changing, not best known, but he's known for changing his name early in his career. What was his original full name before he became known as Michael Keaton? Your options are Alpha, Michael Douglas, Bravo, Michael Jordan, Charlie, Michael Caine, Delta, Michael Fox, or Echo, Cornwallow Bean. The Michael was silent. KD8EPC, this is W8HRF. Back to you, Dustin.
All right, thank you so much there, Josh, and we're going to think about that one, too. All right, I don't know that I have any short times here, so I think we're just going to start right up at the top with KA0KDW. Brad, good evening. How are you, and what's your answer to the trivia questions?
Well, I'm on a repeater phone. I give up on audio. It's not internet related. There's something going on with my clear node. So while I'm down in Branson tomorrow, I'm just going to shut it off and unplug it and let it be completely silent for the day. And maybe it'll reset itself. Because I've had this issue before, and that's what I did. Left it off for a day and it reset itself. Unfortunately, I was in the midst of logging in when Lucy gave her question. And I have no clue on Josh's. I'm just going to guess C. But can I get Lucy's question again?
Well, it'll cost you a nickel, paid to the Cornwaldo Bean clan, but I think we can do that. YUK, Miss Lucy, would you please reread us the main trivia?
Where's my nickel? Main trivia. Chet Atkins, a famous famous country music star, changed his amateur radio call sign to W4CGP because the CGP stood for what? A, Cowboys Got Pride. B, Certified Guitar Picker. C, Country Gentleman Pal. Or D, Cornwaldo Beans Give Problems. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much there, Lucy. Let's go back over to Brad now. KA0KDW, take it away.
Well, I have absolutely no idea. So just, when they say you don't know, they say just go with C. So we'll go with C on both. It certainly isn't Certified Nose Picker. Hi. Well, with that, honestly, I'm going to go to bed. I got to be up early in the morning and be on the road by 9, so I got to make sure I'm actually up. And I've been up since 1 o'clock in the morning this morning, so it's probably time to go to bed. Maybe that's why my note's throwing fits, is because it's telling me I need to go to bed instead of being here. We'll catch you guys next time. KA0KDW.
All right there, Brad, KA0KDW. Well, great to hear you. And before you go, you said you're going to Branson tomorrow for the day to hang out.
W8WKY.
Well, I think someone walked all over you, but I'm going down to buy a radio tomorrow. A Motorola XTS 2500 VHF is why I'm headed down to Branson. And the Tri-Lakes Amateur Radio Club just happens to have a board meeting tomorrow, so I'm going to stick around for their board meeting at the restaurant at Golden Corral. So whether or not I eat, that's to be determined. I'm not a big fan of Golden Corral, but I've never had the one in Branson, so we'll give it a shot, I think. KA0KDW.
All right there, Brad. Well, enjoy the new radio, and I'm a Motorola nut, so there you go. 73, my friend, have a great evening. We got you on for Charlie and Charlie. We're going to jump on over to another friend of ours now, WV3K. Phil, good evening. Take it away.
Net Control, WB3K. Nice to hear Dustin and hearing all the other people coming through. They're sounding all great. As far as answering I'm going to go with Cowboys Got Pride. Whatever character that was, or character letter that was. I'm having a hard time getting distinction on higher frequencies of the audio out of my speaker, and it's hard for me to distinguish sometimes some of the words that are being said, and quality between videos are a little different, in addition to mine being particularly more difficult because it doesn't sound very good on my end. And I'm having a hard time, like I say, trying to distinguish high frequencies well enough to hear the clarity of what is being spoken. But that's my trivia, and I hope Dustin, you continue well with the rest of the net. Good to hear Nick and you and Andy and all the other people and Lucy. Thank you for the trivia question, and I don't have an answer for the Michael Keaton. I don't even know much about him to even provide an answer, and much was I able to hear much of the answers for a while. But with that, I'll turn it back over to Net Control, and thanks again, Dustin. And 73, and God bless us all.
All right there, Phil. Well, it's wonderful to hear you, my friend. So we'll say 73T for now. Have a great evening. Tell Miss Robin we said hello, and we'll catch you there both down the log. We're going to go over to Keith now, K8TQR. Good evening, my friend. How you doing?
KD8EPC, this is KE8TQR. Good evening, Dustin, and all the rest of the net crew, and good evening to everyone else here on the net. It's good to be here tonight. I know it's been a while since I've been in here, but I wanted to get in and do some radio tonight, so here I am. Trivia questions, let me get that out of the way because I usually forget them. The main trivia question, I am going to go with B, Bravo, and the alternate trivia question, I'm going to go with C, Charlie. So it's Bravo and Charlie. Those are my answers, and I'll stick to them. Anyway, having a great time here at the QTH. Like I was telling just Nick in the pre-show, I've got the filled it over so it's in a horizontal position, but right now all 5 sections are painted and they are assembled. So there's a pretty good-sized tower laying in my backyard. Getting everything straightened out so that I can get the rotor plate on, the rotor itself, the mast pole, and start adding antennas. And it shouldn't be too much longer, and I'll have it back up in the vertical position. So right now I don't have any HF capabilities. I'm using my Comet 333 for UHF and VHF, and my beautiful Yaesu FTM 300 radio, which is what I'm on now. Anyway, that's about all I got. I hope everyone had a wonderful day, great rest of the week, and looking forward to a wonderful weekend. With that, I'll turn this back over to you, Dustin. Fine job you all do here tonight. And it was good to be on here this morning and this afternoon for a little bit. And we'll just let it go with that. And we'll just say, this is KE8TQR saying 73 and God bless.
All right there, Keith. Well, we'll say 73 to you. We got you out for Bravo and Charlie, and hope you get that tower back up in the vertical position sooner than later. We're going to say 73, and we're going to go down to Mr. Ray now, one of the wonderful net controllers for the Boredom Breaker net. K5CFY, how you doing this evening? Take it away.
KD8EPC in the net, K5CFY, Mr. Dustin. For getting me in there. Good to talk to the child's most lovable Sasquatch. But anyway, I'm going to go with the Bravo and Alpha for the trivia questions, and you did a wonderful job on the Boredom Breaker net today, you and Mr. Nick. We definitely appreciate you guys doing the first hour on Wednesdays, and boy, you're doing a bang-up tonight as well. So good to hear you. Good to hear everybody, all of my family from up in Ohio, and we'll say 73, everybody. Take care. K5CFY, back to net control.
All right there, Ray. Well, great to have you with us this evening, as always. And for anybody who doesn't know, you can find Ray and all the other wonderful net controllers every day on the Boredom Breaker net at noon Central Time, and that's on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. They do a couple hours, switch net controls at the top of the hour, and they welcome rechecks. So visit them when you can and say hello. With that, Ray, we got you down for Bravo and Alpha. 73, give a little Fred a scratch on the ears there, and we'll catch you all down the log. All right, let's jump on over and talk to Eddie now. W3ETV, take it away.
Yeah, hi, Dustin. It's a great day here in Annapolis today. Got a chance to talk to you twice today. And Nick also, of course. Anyway, yeah, not too bad here today. It was really nice. change my ink cap and air filter in my car. And I've been putting that off, so maybe tomorrow I might get around to actually doing that. And my gas mileage has been going down here lately, a little less each time. And I talked to the Nissan people. They said, I said, well, do you clean fuel injectors? And they said, oh, you don't need to clean your fuel injectors. Just get some gas and oil treatment, and that'll take care of it. So I'm hopefully plan on going tomorrow to the auto store and get some gas treatment, throw it in the tank, and then fill it up, and we'll see what happens with the mileage. Anyway, just let me go ahead and answer those trivia questions. I'm going to go ahead and say B to Lucy's trivia question and A to Josh's trivia question. And those are my answers, and I'm sticking to it. W3ETV, back to Nick.
All right there, Eddie. We'll be waiting to hear the fuel mileage results there when you get that stuff run through your tank there, and you'll have to let us know. We got you on for Bravo and Alpha. We'll say 73 to you. Greg and Miss Judy were in and out, and that brings me down to Kelly, KC0LRM. Take it away.
Okay, ADPC. Hey, thanks for getting me in there, Dustin. Give you my trivia answers real quick here. On the first one, I'm going to go with, or is that the alternate? I get them backwards. Well, the Michael Keaton one, I'm going to go on A because I don't think it's the other three. That's the alternate. So on the first one, the Chet Atkins one, I'm going to go with B because that just sounds good because I really don't know. Hope everybody's having a good evening out there and enjoying this nice weather. And just remember what day it is and have some thoughts about that, some prayers maybe for those that were lost. And with that, back to you, Dustin. I'll let you get on down the list there. Everybody have a good evening.
W8WKY.
All right there, Kelly. Thanks for stopping by. We got you down for Bravo and Alpha there. We're going to say 73 and have a great rest of your evening. All right, let's jump on over to Tom there, KA8MNT. Take it away.
Good evening. Where am I at here? Here we are. KD8EPC. This is KA8MNT. Sorry, Nick, but some dummy was wearing a headset for a net earlier tonight, and when he took the headset off, he forgot to plug in his microphone. So as soon as I find out who did that, I'm going to give him 20 swats with a wet noodle. Oh, let's see here. Trivia. Chet Atkins. He's one of the greatest guitar pickers that's ever lived, in my opinion. So I'm going to go with B on that. And Michael Keaton, I did the eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and it came up A on that one. So it's B and A that I'm going to go with. So I'm going to have to say 7-3s, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep smiling. This is Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango, turning everything back over to the Super Sasquatch hands of KD8EPC.
All right there, Tom. Thanks so much for stopping by and joining us this evening. We got you down for Bravo and Alpha there. This is KD8EPC, your Squatch for the evening. Next on the list here is KQFT Uncle Fred. Take it away.
Oh, thank you, Dustin. Thanks, everybody out there, Radio Land, those who put on the show, those who work behind the scenes. I think the main trivia is Alpha and Alt is D. Of course, I really don't know at all. I didn't Google it. I just say A and D. I was just doing a little bit of thinking, today, reflecting like I'm sure a lot of people did. But there was a lot of changes that were brought about because of what happened there in New York City 20-some years ago. We couldn't, before you could walk in the airport. I don't know if you can do this anymore. You take someone to the airport and you could sit there at the gate and wait till they got on the plane and all. You can't do that no more. And things like that, many buildings, observation towers, you can't go up there no more. But, I don't know if that's changed too much, but I know one thing that's changed. Used to be able to go to Mexico without a passport. Can't do that now. However, people can come from Mexico to the United States without one. And I mean thousands of them every day. I can't figure that one out. KE8QFT, back to net control.
Uncle Fred, we get you on for Alpha and Delta there. We'll say 73T and have a great evening. All right, next on the list is KI5OZZ, Miss Nancy. How was the second hour and how are you this evening?
Good evening, KD8, whatever your call sign is. I just made a mess, so my brain's scrambled. So I gotta go clean it up. But Bravo and Charlie are my answers for the trivia. Second hour was wonderful. Always great to hear and talk to people. And had a great question today. So I'll hand it back to you so you can wrangle the rest of the fat cats out there. Have a good one. 73 to all y'all from KI5OZZ.
All right there, Miss Nancy. Well, if you're not breaking it up, you're making a mess. Hi. We get you on for Bravo and Charlie. 73, have a great evening, and we'll catch you there down the log. All right, let's jump on over to Greg. I think this will be his last check-in on the Beacon Net from Maryland. KC3SEG, how are you and Teddy doing?
This is KC3SEG. Hey, Dustin. And you're right, this is my last check-in from Maryland. I will be in Panama City Beach on Sunday, and I'll be checking into my new apartment on Tuesday, and looking forward to it. Good, Dustin, thank you for running the net, and I'm going to give you an answer of Bravo and Alpha. BA, Bravo, Alpha. Thanks for picking up, and you have a great evening. 73. I wanted to give a big shout out to Eddie there.
All right, Greg, I get you on for Bravo and Alpha, and I just want to wish you and Teddy there safe travels and best of luck. And when you get settled in there, you'll have to come and chat us up. And I'll tell you what, you'll have to try to get together with Warm Weather Wade. I don't know how far that is from him, but maybe you guys could meet and have lunch or something like that. So we'll say 73 and catch you down the log. And that's going to bring me over to the northernmost mark, KC8FQV. Take it away.
All right, good evening, Dustin, and everyone else on the net. I'm going to say on the trivia, B for the main one, and A for the alternative. So, and everything went good today, pretty decent. So, yeah, the doctor, I got an appointment next week. We had a little concern over the weekend, but at least I know what's happening now, so somewhat. So we'll be going there and a doctor, and they'll check more things. But Yeah, well, Finley, or the Cleveland Ham Fest the following week, I think it's the 22nd over in Berea. So, but, yeah, yesterday when I was checking into the net with the Silvercreek, I don't think the data side likes handing off from site to site as well as the cell phone. Well, the cell phones, that's what they were designed for. And, of course, then everyone started using data for all kinds of stuff. But I think a lot of the data goes straight into the tower and gets onto the internet, where I think the cell phones go into the tower, but they go back to a main computer system so they can hand off to each other. And, of course, Elm was running between Akron and Cleveland network, so there could be possibly a handoff from Akron to Cleveland. But it's amazing what they can do, all that background. People in the background keeping going. So let's send it back to net, KCFQV. And we're coming through the Newberry machine.
All right there, Mark. Yeah, I don't know what was going on last night, but it certainly wasn't working. You're sounding better tonight, though, so coming in through the 015 for sure. We get you out for Bravo and Alpha. This is KTC with the Beacon Net. Next on the list is our good friend Jairus, AI5Q. Take it away.
Well, where do you want me to take it to? I mean, I'll take it away. You want me to call the dump? Call the recyclers, metal scrap bin people? Where do you want me to take it away to? I just need a little more direction in life. I'm not used to such open-ended commands. I'm used to a little more finite explanation of what I'm supposed to be doing in life between the wife and the work, right? So that's a good thing. I know where I'm supposed to be. Anyway, trivia on his net and all sorts of stuff all the time. So I feel
All right, let me hold it up right there. Jairus, if you can hear me, you were coming in just fine, and then all of a sudden I lost you and you dropped out there, and I had some noise. So let me let everything drop, and I'll try to hand it back to you here and see if you can hear us now. All right, not sure what happened to Jairus there. That was pretty weird, but Jairus, if you can hear me, I want you to take it to that place where they beach all the old ships and cruise ships and scrap them. You got to take it there and just beach it. Leave it right there. So there you go. We get you out for Bravo and Alpha. We'll say 73, and feel free to recheck if you want to hear in a little bit. Well, let's go over to the land of snow and maple syrup now and talk to AB8MO. Andy, take it away.
KD80PC, this is AB8MO. I'm getting a little RF into my hearing aids. Maybe it's because I got the antenna 3 feet away from me. I'm only running 5 watts, so I'm not too worried about it's a safe distance for ARP exposure 3 feet away at 5 watts. So it's just a J-pole taped to the wall, so the tape's holding actually. So anyhow, good evening. Let me get the trivia questions out of the way first. I am going to say Bravo and Charlie, B and C, for the answers. Yeah, I've noticed that, let's see, I think one time I saw 3 nodes of Shannon's connected to 48496. I thought that was sort of strange. So, I'd like to eventually get another Allstar Node, one for traveling, but I got to pay for my car repairs. I had to go get some things out of my car. It won't be ready until at least next week. That sucker raccoon smashed through my front grill. It smashed up the radiator and fan and a whole bunch of other stuff. So it caused a lot of damage, about $3,500 in damage. So I only got to cover the first $500, but $500 is a little bit of change, that's for sure. So I'm going to be pinching my pennies here for another few weeks here while I recover. I've got the money, but it's going to be kind of tight here for, got to watch what I spend. So, wondering how that other job worked out. You never said what you said you were going for an interview, and that's all I ever heard of it. So I'll throw it back to you there, Dustin, because since I'm sure you have more intelligent things to say than I do. KD8EPC, this is ABHMO.
All right there, Andy. You want me to say intelligent things. You're in the wrong place for that. Sorry to hear about your car, and I knew you hit the raccoon, but boy, I didn't know it did that much damage. I'm really sorry to hear that. And yeah, I ended up not getting that other job there, but that's okay. We'll figure out one of these days something new. So there you go. We're gonna say 73 to you for now, and we're gonna go over to Boynton Beach, Florida, and talk to David KO for DK.
Hey, Dustin, and those on the net, a good Wednesday evening to you all up there in Ohio. We're doing pretty well down here. We're halfway the end of the work week. And, yeah, not much more to report down here in Florida. So let me get the trivia questions out of the way. I'm going to go with B for the, no wait, is it B? Yeah, B for the primary, and Keaton, I think that's the secondary one. I want to pick Charlie on that, so B and C. Alrighty, hope everyone has a good rest of the week, and I'll send it back up to Ohio. Thank you.
All right, well, thanks for stopping by there, David. We certainly do appreciate it, and it's always a pleasure to hear you. We got you down for B and C there. We're going to say 73 for now, and we're going to go over and talk to our official representative from Arkansas, KI5 RFI. Mac, how you doing?
KD8EPC and net, KI5 RFI down here in beautiful northwest Arkansas. Well, I tell you what, it's been a beautiful day down here today. I think we're getting the fringe areas from the Hurricane Francine down in Louisiana. It's cooling things off up here in Arkansas, so that's a good thing, I guess. As long as we don't get the wind and the rain, that'll be okay. Even though we could use a little bit of rain. I'm going to go with trivia questions of Bravo and Charlie. Bravo and Charlie. And thanks for handling the net. Back to net control, KI5 RFI.
All right there, Mac. Well, great to hear you tonight, and we got you down for Bravo and Charlie, and we could use some rain here, too, in the worst way. So, 73, have a great evening, and we'll catch you down the log. And now we're going to go talk to Rev Kev, K6KG. Evening.
Well, hello to you, Dustin, and everybody else on the net, especially the rest of the crew there. This is K6KJB here in Valley Springs, California, and let's just get the trivia out of the way first. Josh, you tried to pull a fast one, but the Cornwaldo beans have a family history in the military, and we can adapt, improvise, and overcome. So I'm going to go with D&E, Delta and Echo. That's Delta and Echo. And on this solemn day of remembrance, I would just like to say God bless all the U.S. citizens, patriots, and all their families, and especially those that paid the ultimate price today. Toby Keith used to say after every concert, never for being a patriotic U.S. citizen. So with that, I'll say God bless 73 and pass the mic back to you there from K6KJV.
All right there, Kevin. We got you down for Delta and Echo, and well said. Thank you very much for stopping by, and we'll catch you there at Down the Log. Let's go over here to KD60 now. Do it.
Hey, not too bad. I just kind of found you guys accidentally, and I'm sure not what the format is out here, but not a whole lot going on around here, ham radio-wise. A couple of weeks ago, I raised one antenna and moved one to a different spot. Had a nice day today, a little bit of rain. We're still going to get rain. We're getting into that period. And everybody remember what happened on this day, so it don't ever happen again. And my answers for the trivia are going to be Bravo Alpha. Thank you very much.
W8WKY.
All right, well, Michael, let me be the first to welcome you here to the Beacon Net. We're here every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm not sure how you're coming through, but you can find us on Allstar Node 48496 and Echolink W8WKY-R. That's every Sunday and Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Pre-shows at 9:30, and we always have a couple of good questions, and we always have a good time. So we welcome you, and we hope you come back there. My call is Kilo Delta 8 Echo Papa Charlie. The name here is Dustin, and we're here in Medina, Ohio. So we'll say 73. Thanks for joining us, and come back and visit when you can. Let's go over to Mike now, KF8 at BNF in Cleveland. How you doing?
KF8 BNF here. I'm doing well, thank you. Hope you're doing well. Man, I had a ton of fun today on 20 meters propagation. It's been amazing. Talked to a guy in Bulgaria, and it was like local. It's amazing what you can do with 100 watts on a wire. I think that's all I have. We could certainly use some rain here in Cleveland. Looks like it's not going to happen next week or so. But, you know, it's a hurricane, depending on the path it takes. Who knows how that might change. KF8 BNF, back to net.
All right there, Mike. We're glad you had some fun on 20 meters and glad to have you with us today. I think I may have missed it. Did you answer our trivia questions there?
Good catch. I forgot. I'm going to go Alpha, Alpha, AA.
All right, we got you down for Alpha and Alpha, my friend. We'll say 73 and have a great evening. This is KD8EPC with the Beacon Net. We're at the bottom of the list, as it were, and we're looking for check-ins. Please call now.
KA8GKG.
Kilo Echo 8, Zulu Romeo Mike.
Delta 8, Lima Alpha.
All right, what a nice orderly list of check-ins. We have John, KA8GKG, we have Scott, KE8ZRM, and we have Neil, WD8LLA. Let's start with John there, KA8GKG. Good evening, my friend. It's been a while. How you doing?
Good evening, Dustin, and hello to everyone on the net. It's good to be back with you.
I just wanted. I heard that we're at the bottom of the list. I thought it's a good time to jump in because I'm going to bed. But I just wanted to say hello. I got a new radio, Dustin, an IC2730, and this is my first time talking with you and the net on this new radio. So I'm enjoying it very much. It's a bit complicated to work out, but I'm learning the menu. Anyway, having a lot of fun here. I've had a great summer and a lot of good DXing on HF and a lot of fun up here on VHF. So I'm going to get out of here for now and go to bed, but 73 to all around, and it's good to say hello with all of you again. With that, back to net control. KA8GKG.
All right. Well, John, it's great to have you with us, and those 2730 is a solid radio there. You'll really enjoy that. Nothing quite sounds like an ICOM. You're full quieting and sounding absolutely excellent. So we'll say 73. Have a great evening. Don't be a stranger and come back and visit. All right. We're going to go down here to K8ZRM. Scott, good evening. How you doing?
Good evening. Just stopping by. I'm on me mobile here, so I figure I'd just jump in and wave everybody. And, like the other fellow was talking about, it's a day of remembrance for 9/11. And it brings back a lot of memories for everybody, I'm sure. And, God bless. Everybody have a good night. And I guess I'll go. My answers will be Bravo and Alpha and 7-3. Back to net control.
All right there, Scott. We got you on for a Bravo and Alpha there. We'll say 73. Thanks for stopping by and have a great evening. Let's go over to another good friend of ours, WD8LLA, Neil over Metropolitan Brewster. How you doing, Neil?
W8WKY, WD8LLA. Good evening, Dustin, everyone on the net. I'm doing really good. My wife brought me home a 6-pack of Milwaukee's best ice, and I'm in about the third one, so I'm doing real good. It's when you get up 80 in arthritis, that old just wanted to check in and say hi, Dustin. I haven't been able to talk to you guys. We've been down the lake forever, but it's about done now. I haven't heard him for a long time, but it's good to hear you on the net. Thanks for everything you do for Sarah Club. I hope I get to go out and see the big setup out at Pennsylvania. WD8LLA, back to net control.
All right there, Neil. Well, great to hear you out there. And interestingly enough, I just left a repeater drop, and there's a whole other conversation going on another 3-9. So there you go. Great to hear you, my friend. Have a great evening and enjoy those beers. Neil was the bottom of the list. Is it where this is? KD8EPC with the Beacon Net, and I'm looking for some check-ins. Please call now. All right, we picked up KG7IRJ, Paul and Maslin. Go ahead there, Paul. All right there, Paul, I had a really rough copy on you there. I couldn't quite understand what you said, but I got you on the list, and it was great to hear you. So we'll say 73 to you. We're going to go back up here and see if Jairus is still with us, AI5Q, and if he wants to try to give us his comments again. AI5Q, take it away.
KDA EPC in the net, AI5Q. Hopefully my internet doesn't drop in the middle of this transmission. That's what happened last go around. My internet dropped and it went to static and blasting out across Shannon's node, because that's where I stay connected, because he's got timers to move his stuff around and I'm just too lazy to hook up direct. But I hooked up direct this time. Anyway, I think you got the gist of what I was saying. I was asking where you wanted me to take it to, and you told me where they take all the old cruise ships and battleships and leave them aground. So that was pretty much it, other than just saying anybody who's been around Ron, KB5 EDB, any length of time should know the answer to the first question. And if I get it wrong, then it means Ron's wrong, and it's going to break his heart. So I better be right. That's all I've got to say, Miss Lucy. Even if I'm wrong, you better tell me I'm right so that I don't have to break Ron's poor heart. AI5 to you. Back to you, Dustin.
All right there, Juris. Well, let's hope we don't have to break Ron's heart there. And yeah, we got the gist of it. We're glad we got you back in there. And I miss Ron. I haven't heard him in a while. And yeah, funny enough, I'm hearing the other 3.9, and I'm getting like 5 S units on them. So pretty good there. Maybe they can turn on 3.9 here and check us out. So there you go. We'll say 73 to you, Jairus. Have a great evening. We'll catch you down the log. This is KD8EPC with the Beacon Net. I'm at the bottom of the list, and I'm looking for check-ins. Please call now.
W8WKY.
November 6, Charlie, India, Echo.
All right, we got N6. Sorry, waiting for the net logger here to update. Let's see, that N6 station. Would you come back with your call one more time for me, please?
Certainly. It's November 6, Charlie, India, Echo, N6, CIE.
All right, N6 CIE. David, we got you there now. Go ahead, sir. How you doing this evening? And did you have answers for our trivia questions?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Actually, just stumbled across this net on the Allstar Node. I went to your website, looked that up. Very interesting stuff. You guys seem to be doing some good work. As far as the questions, I missed that. Maybe I'll be able to catch them another night. All the best to you and yours and everybody else on this net. N6 CIE, back to net control.
All right there, David, N6 CIE. Well, thanks so much for stopping by and joining us, and come back and visit. We're here every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, pre-show at 9:30. We always have a couple of good questions and a good time there. So we'll say 73 to you for now. This is KD8EPC. Let's go up and talk to KD8SLG. Just Nick, take it away.
KD8EPC, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Dustin and all of the Beacon netizens. As usual, I'm going to vote in solidarity with Rev Kev, Delta, and Echo. I put them up earlier. Any corn Waldo bean is good for me. So, looks like K3LR is going to be on October 12th. I don't know if, I don't think Gary has put anything up yet on the, as far as announcements go on the web page or anywhere, but it is going to be October 12th. So mark that down for K3LR. Should be a good time. We've got a meeting next week. Hope everybody can make it. And for those of you in the Worcester Club, we have a meeting tomorrow night. Aaron Frazier is going to be giving a presentation on Raspberry Pi and ham radio. So that should be a good time. It's not just for Allstar nodes, is my understanding. So, there you go. KD8SLG, back to net control. Thanks, Dustin.
I like a good slice of pie. I don't know that I've ever actually had raspberry pie, but maybe some apple pie or pumpkin pie. There you go. Mark me down for Delta and Echo, and we're going to go talk to Nick at night, KEQKO. Good evening.
KDDPC, KEQKO. Hello, Dustin. Hello, everybody on the net. Oh, man. My answers for the trivia, I'm going to go with Alpha and Alpha. Aside from that, not a whole lot going on today. Just kind of enjoying a relaxing day and good weather. And that's about it. So with that, I'll pass it back to you, KEQKO.
All right, we got you out for Alpha and Alpha, and glad you enjoyed the weather, and we'll say 73, and that's going to bring me over to KEZA. Eric, take it away.
KE8EPC in the group. This is KE8VZA here. For trivia, I'm going to go with Bravo and Delta. Going to be a little different here. Bravo and Delta. Not a whole lot going on here. Had to take the radio out of crossband repeat mode because that other repeater won't let my crossband mode release, and then I can't transmit with my HT. So, first world problems. But got the rest of the brush cleaned up in the yard from Project Vegetable Armageddon hedge trimming or bush trimming, and so now I can cut the grass again. Yay. Anyway, that's my excitement. Isn't that wonderful? KE8VZA, everybody have a great rest of the week. Back to net control.
All right there, Eric. Yeah, that other repeater is pretty strong, and I think after the net I'm going to try to reach out to them and see if I can't talk with them. But we got you down for, let's see here, Bravo and Delta. Let's go over and talk to Josh, W8HRF. Give us your answer to the main trivia question and your comments.
KD8EPC on the net. This is W8HRF. Good evening, Dustin again, and everybody. For my trivia, what does CGP and his call sign stand for? I'm going to go with Certified Guitar Picker. That sounds fun. Though I do like Cornwaldo beans give problems. It's been a long day today. I'm glad it is over and we're here doing the net. So thank you for doing the net, Dustin. I appreciate it. It was fun. Got my car back hooked up as well. I got a radio back in there again. I had pulled out the radio, and I was originally using automotive connectors to connect it. I had a whole wiring system that went straight to the battery, and I was using automotive connectors for it. And I had pulled out the radio to do something else with it, and I was like, well, it's out. I should switch it to power poles. So I switched the radio to power poles, but then I ran out of time, and I never installed power poles in the car. So I went with a radio for the entire week. So that's why I was not on the barometer net this week. That is now remedied, and I'll be back on in the morning. So that'll be fun. I'm going to let it drop, and then I'll read trivia. I think I'm going to do, well,
I know the answer.
Lucy knows the answer, apparently, so we're not going to worry about her. Anyways, tonight's alternate trivia question was, Michael Keaton is known for changing his name early in his career. What was his original full name before he became known as Michael Keaton? Your options are Alpha, Michael Douglas, Michael Jordan, Charlie, Michael Caine, Delta, Michael Fox, or Echo, Cornwaldo Bean. The Michael was silent. The answer is Alpha, Michael Douglas. Michael Keaton was born Michael John Douglas, but he changed his last name to avoid confusion with the actor Michael Douglas. Additionally, due to the Screen Actors Guild's rules that no two members can have the same name, Keaton was forced to come up with a solution due to both Wall Street actor Michael Douglas and talk show host Michael Douglas. Boy, that's a popular name, I guess.
Keaton reportedly chose his new last name after reading an article about Diane Keaton, though she wasn't the specific inspiration. So, anyways, that was the story there. I came up with this question because apparently, moving forward, Keaton plans to be credited professionally as Michael Keaton Douglas. I thought it was very funny. This news article said the Oscar-nominated actor said he plans to use the new name in his most recent film, or one of his recent films, Knox Goes Away, which he directed and starred in, but he forgot to let them know to put that name in there on the credits. So it sounds like something I would do. Anyways, W8HRF back to KD80PC. Good night, everybody.
All right, fabulous question there, Josh. Thanks so much. We got B for the alternate trivia answer there. Yeah. All right, let's go over to Miss Lucy now, KYUK. Give us your comments on the main trivia answer.
Good evening again, everybody. I turned the knob on the handy talkie the correct direction and didn't turn it off. Yeah, today was all right. Today was good. I spent the morning hanging out with Betty, and that's always fun. She's always developing new skills. Today was bring Mom all of the socks. Just a constant stream. About halfway through, she decided I should help. So I carried over a couple more socks until there was a pile over in our kitchen. And she was just kind of playing with them and trying to put them on my feet, which was hilarious. So I was working on my own thing, and after a little bit, I realized that I hadn't heard her in a while, and I looked up, and all of the socks were gone. All of them. She had put them all back, and I don't know why, but I did a physical double take. I was not expecting them to all be gone. So I don't know what got into her little brain, but it was adorable, and I loved her very, very much. And so we did that. We went on a walk, and she didn't fall asleep on the walk. So when we came back, she finally went down, and then I got to hang out with some of my girlfriends to have our creative writing club. And that, I would say devolved, but I would say even evolved into very deep conversations about growing up and vocations of singlehood versus being married, and when to listen to your parents and when to work out on your own, and just all sorts of interesting conversations that I'm very, very grateful that we had. So, yeah, very full day, very, not even momentous, just a rich day. So that's my $15 there. I'm going to let it drop, and I will get you the answer to our main trivia. All right, I'm back. Chet Atkins, a famous country music star, changed his amateur radio call sign to W4CGP because the CGP stood for what? A, Cowboys Got Pride, B, Certified Guitar Picker, C, Country Gentleman Pal, or D, Cornwaldo Beans Give Problems. The answer is Certified Guitar Picker. Chet Atkins was very active in amateur radio and was said to even have a radio set up in his kitchen. Sounds familiar. Rolling Stone credits Atkins with inventing the, quote, pop-wise Nashville sound, end quote, that rescued country music from a commercial slump and ranked him number 21 on their list of the 100 greatest guitarists of all time. In 2023, Atkins was named the 39th best guitarist of all time. Among many other honors, Atkins received 14 Grammy Awards and the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. He also received 9 Country Music Association Awards for Instrumentalist of the Year. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum, and the Musicians Hall of Fame and Museum. George Harrison was also inspired by Chet Atkins' early Beatles songs, such as All My Loving, show the influence. So now you know. If I had done it well, I should have said Country Gentleman Partner, but I didn't think of it. Here we are. That's what we got. So, hope everybody has a great night. Hopefully the weather holds for everybody. Good night and God bless. Back to you, Dustin.
All right, thanks so much there, Lucy. We appreciate you doing the trivia, and we appreciate you and Josh both doing it there. So we'll say 73. This is KD8EPC. I'm at the bottom of the list, and this is the last call for check-ins for the Beacon Net. Please call now. All right, nothing else heard. On behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, and the BeaconNet crew, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the BeaconNet, Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the W8WKY repeater, 147.390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114.8, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. Also, don't forget to check out the barometer net every morning at 7 a.m. except for Sunday here on the W8WKY repeater. And don't forget to visit our friends over on the N5XQK Memorial Border Breaker net every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. This is KDDPC returning the repeater to normal amateur use at this time, and I will be clear. 73, all y'all.
You wouldn't even let me get enough time to check in. It was top of the hour, and Timex lady is spouting off. I can't even key up when she's spouting off. KC5RBG.
I mean, you could always be the first check into the after party, KDDPC.
Well, I don't know. Just got home from dinner a little bit ago. Amanda's in there in the kitchen whipping up some dessert. Not quite sure what she's got going in there, but whatever it is, I had to stop at Walmart and get some Cool Whip, so there you go.
Well, what are you doing here? Go have your dessert. I just saw you made it as number 36 in the final check-in on the BeaconNet, so we got you on the list there anyhow.
Well, that's good. I'm glad I could make it. That way I made it on both nets. One of these days I'll, float around and try to make more than 2 nets in a day, but for now, 2 nets in a day.
I'll have to get you up real early one morning for the barometer net. That'll really throw everybody off.
Hey, I check into that every once in a while. Sometimes it's just the 5 o'clock grouping that I check into, and other times it's, check in about 6:30ish or so. Just depends on if I'm having a late morning yet or not. I usually check into that right before I go to bed.
That explains why. KSFQV.
Well, that'll do it there, Shannon, for sure. But, all right, I'll let you get to your dessert there, and I have to run down the hall here because my teeth are floating. So I'm going to say 73, and then I'm going to come back and listen for a minute because there's a whole other conversation going on at another 3-9, and I think I might try to get in on it. KDDPC, I'm clear and listening out.
Yeah, I figured you had to make a mad dashboard as fast as you went through that post amble. Have a good one there, Dustin. KC5RBG. I'll be clear.
At the answer to the first one, I know. Well, he was a guitar picker, was that the other one? I thought, KSFQV.
Certified guitar picker, Mark. Certified guitar picker. KD8SLG clear.
I think that was A as the alternative. All right, well, you go to sleep because, morning, you're at the farm, morning comes early. Them roosters, they, as soon as they start seeing daylight, you know what they start doing. So, you're not farm. I'm sure you got farms around where you're at in Orwell or Orville. I'm sure there's ones there that do the same thing. KSFQV.
W8WKY.